Hello, and welcome to ResellQueen Chronicles. I am Tiffy T the ResellQueen, your host. Today is a special episode, as I spoke about on my previous show last week. We will be going live tonight, which is Thursday. I normally tape on Wednesday, but I decided to wait until the eBay check-in was done so that I can go live and record this and give you guys the update that the eBay seller check-in was talking about. Also, just wanted to let you guys know this will be the last show of 2021. I will be taking a little break for the holiday. Hello, Tradina. Hi, how are you? I will be taking a little break for the holiday and coming back probably sometime in February. I have a few things going on, and I like to make sure that when I do this show that I give it my full attention and that I have the time to break things down in a short period of time, but also want to make sure everyone understands what's going on. So for those of you who may not know what the eBay seller check-in is, every quarter eBay has a seller check-in. And what it is, it's really just a place for them to give updates about things that are happening on the platform. It allows them to talk about new things that they're working on. You get a nice sense of the direction that they are doing by going to these seller check-ins. I will say they do try to make them convenient during a convenient time. This one for me happened later in the day. It was about 4:30ish. Sometimes they're around 12 for me, but they do try to make it so that everyone, regardless of where you are in the States, you'll be able to see it at a reasonable time. So for this one, I believe they said it's going to be on YouTube. I believe they said sometime Monday or Tuesday. It will be on the eBay for Business YouTube page. But for now, you got me and my wrap up, and I can give you a little bit of overview of what happened there. So first things first, let's go over a couple things that they talked about. This one, eBay Promoted Listing Advanced. So I've talked about this before. They are pushing this a lot more. Some people were putting some great comments in about more information on the best way to use the advanced so that people aren't wasting their money and using phrases that aren't working for them, things like that. I get the sense, I know some people are apprehensive of using the promoted listing advanced feature. I get it, because why would you want to pay when you don't get a sale? You know, that's that pay per click model, which is the same thing that they do on Amazon. Amazon, you don't get an option to only pay when there is a sale. That's why the advertising is so high on there. For one, I have not tried it out yet. I would like to see them provide maybe a free coupon, maybe for store owners. Maybe they don't want to give it to everybody, maybe a higher level of store owners. I know that they did, when it first came out, it was like more of a beta. So they are moving out of the whole beta testing and putting it all live. So I may try it out. However, for me, honestly, I list stuff in the morning and it's gone at night. So for me, it has to make a little bit more sense for the items that I sell. But I'm going to try it out sometime in 2022, just so that I can get a good feel for it and can give you my thought process on how well it does and does not work. But they, of course, were pushing their promoted listing advance, which those of you that understand how Amazon works is basically a pay per click for your advertising. They just call it a fancy name. All right. So next item that they talked about that I believe I talked about briefly a couple shows ago, the 1099K. So all of us that are in the United States that are listening or watching, this is for us. I know I have international listeners and watchers. They'll go over, the taxes on your eBay seller check-in for things that's not for North America. 1099Ks are going to be generated for every seller that sells more than $600 regardless. Now, this is not going to impact current year taxes. So what I mean by saying that is when you are dealing with your taxes on April 15th of next year, this is not going to be the thing that comes into play. It's going to be what comes into play April 15th, 2023. Of course, we all know things keep changing around in Washington. eBay is very, very much on top of this particular item. They have even devoted a page to this. So I am going to put it in my comments. So if you happen to be watching, you'll be able to see the link. This is the page about issues with the 1099 reporting. If you happen to watch or listen afterwards, it'll be in the description box. This is to the eBay Main Street. They have a lot of information on that site that they've created to talk about the issues with 1099s. They did not use the word lobbying, but I've got the impression that they are working very hard to make sure that this is not something that has to come into play for all of our all of the sellers. So that's one thing to look out for, something that, to keep your ear to the ground about. Next thing, I talked about this before, but I got a little more information about it, which is called the Sneaker 3D. Now, what this is, it is part of like your listing where you're able to make like a 3D picture of your sneakers. So this is for the sneakerheads. And just one sidebar, it is apparent that eBay is looking to be the place for sneakerheads. They are definitely putting in a lot of money, a lot of time, a lot of effort to sneakers. So for those of you that are sneakerheads, if this is your thing, you like to go to the outlet, purchase sneakers, and then resell them right on eBay, this is going to be for you. They are really putting a lot of time and money into the sneakers category. So if they're going to do that, that means they've already figured out that this is going to be a very profitable category. They're not going to put all that time and effort in a category that don't make them any money. Now, I'm not telling you to go out there and sell sneakers. If that's not your thing, don't do it. I don't sell sneakers. If they happen to come in a load, great. I don't set out to go get them. But there are people that do. And I'm sure if you just type randomly sneakerhead selling retail arbitrage on YouTube, I'm sure you'll find a million different videos, a million different people telling you the brand names and different things like that you should buy. Go ahead and search so you can get your learn on. But obviously in the next coming year, Sneaker 3D is definitely a category. Sorry, sneakers is definitely a category that they are really looking into. So the next thing I want to talk about, talking about the things that eBay is pushing. So they are doing some marketing. So you may happen to see ads on TV, ads on Hulu. They are really doing ads on streaming services. And they are pushing different categories, but one of the categories that they are pushing a lot is eBay Motors. So I wanted to share with you guys. I wanted to share with you guys the commercial that.
Love wheels, colorful wheels, glossy wheels, two-piece wheels, blackout wheels, luxe wheels,
exotic wheels, gold wheels, bronze wheels, flashy wheels,
steering wheels.
This wheel,
big wheel,
bigger wheel, mini wheel,
massive wheels.
No matter what wheel I'm feeling, eBay Motors has the right parts at the right prices.
That's right.
I love wheels,
Colorful wheels,
glossy wheels,
two-piece wheels,
blackout wheels, luxe wheels,
exotic wheels,
gold wheels,
bronze wheels, flashy wheels,
steering wheels.
this wheel,
big wheel,
bigger wheel, mini wheel,
massive wheels.
No matter what wheel I'm feeling, eBay Motors has the right parts at the right prices.
That's right.
All right. I played that twice so that you guys would be able to see it. They are working very hard on updating and making sure that the My Garage, which some people may or may not be aware of, if you go to My Garage on eBay, you put in the specifics about your vehicle, and then you'll be able to find the parts for your vehicle. They're really trying to make it easier for people to get the parts that they're supposed, the right parts to the right car. Because obviously every part doesn't fit the same car, doesn't fit, well, I should say, no. The same part doesn't fit in every car. I did that backwards. So they are working on modifying that a little bit more. If you're like, what the heck is My Garage? Just go check out on your eBay. You can, I'm sure it's probably listed in one of your menus. If not, just type My Garage. There you just start putting in the year, make, and model of the vehicle, and you'll be able to search parts for that vehicle on eBay. So they're really making it a lot more user friendly. And I gather that that is their thought process, is when a person thinks of, oh, I need a part for my car or my classic car or whatever, I want to go to eBay first. They're really putting a lot of money, time, and effort towards that. So if that's your department, if you happen to get parts, it's one of those places you can look up. So let's see here. We have a comment. Interesting commercial. I wonder what the shipping would be like for tires and other large, heavy automotive items. I'll tell you right now, honey, it ain't cheap. But honestly, what I would suggest, because I have done some car parts, and I'm not talking about like mufflers, anything like that. I'm talking about, what do you call those things? You could tell, like those roof racks and a couple things that you put on your windows. I forget what you call them, because obviously it's not my department. But that's when I would be looking into just charging a flat amount for shipping, and probably utilizing like UPS. That's what I would suggest. Oh my gosh. So my husband responded and said, slap a shipping label directly on the tire and send it. Why do I think that's something he's probably done? It's very possible. So, but I'm sure it's possible if he's probably done it. So, but I'm pretty sure it's not cheap. So, but you have to roll all that into your price. That's why you weigh it beforehand, and you use the estimators when you're making your listing to see how much the shipping is going to be on approximate amount. And you can always put that into your price if you want to offer free shipping. But honestly, in my experience, when a person is trying to buy a car part, they're not looking for it to be free shipping. They normally kind of expect that there's some shipping cost to it, because that's actually kind of standard. Maybe if my husband wants to come on here, I'll see if he's actually done that, because he has done many of things that I'm just like, wow. So we'll see. We'll see if he wants to come in here, and I can see if I can get him to say if he actually has or has not uh, done that, or if he might know someone that has done that, which is be very interesting to see. So, and we will be right back after this.
Tax season is full of what ifs. What if I'm not taking all my deductions? What if I'm supposed to get more? What if I don't have time to go to a professional? Let One Stop Taxes take the stress out of this tax season. Our tax professionals can give you a quote in minutes using the My One Stop Taxes app, found in the Apple Store or Google Play. Using your cell phone or tablet, take pictures of your ID and tax documents. Select your tax preparer's name, upload your documents, and submit. It's that simple. Your preparer will send you a customized tax quote back. Then you can approve it and sign your return all from home. Need cash fast? Request a cash advance and you could receive your money within hours. Download the My One Stop Taxes app today and let us do the rest.
Download the free One Stop Taxes app today. Get your free quote. Use Tiffany Tracey as your tax preparer to receive.
Shipping can be complicated and time-consuming, but it doesn't have to be that way. Welcome to ShipStation, a web-based shipping software for online retailers. Import orders from wherever you sell and create labels for however you ship, all in one place. With our powerful automation tools, mobile app, and branded tracking page, you can focus less on shipping and more on growing your business. With ShipStation, you save both time and money. Let's get ship done. Get started with ShipStation today.
Click the link in the description box to receive a special discount from ShipStation.
Tax season is full of what ifs. What if I'm not taking all my deductions? What if I'm supposed to get more? What if I don't have time to go to a professional? Let One Stop Taxes take the stress out of this tax season. Our tax professionals can give you a quote in minutes using the My One Stop Taxes app, found in the Apple Store or Google Play. Using your cell phone or tablet, take pictures of your ID and tax documents. Select your tax preparer's name, upload your documents, and submit. It's that simple. Your preparer will send you a customized tax quote back. Then you can approve it and sign your return all from home. Need cash fast? Request a cash advance and you could receive your money within hours. Download the My One Stop Taxes app today and let us do the rest.
Download the free One Stop Taxes app today. Get your free quote. Use Tiffany Tracey as your tax preparer to receive your free quote.
All right, and we are back. So welcome back to ResellQueen Chronicles. I am Tiffy T the ResellQueen, your host. So we are waiting on my husband to come on because I want to hear about slapping a label on a tire and sending it. So, but before we get to him, I'll let him get himself together because he needs to put a shirt on so he can be camera ready. I was going to go through a few other things that were discussed on the eBay seller check-in. Next thing I just want to talk about really quick. This happens every time that there is some type of natural issues, such as with weather or whatever happening. They wanted to assure any sellers that are in the areas that are affected by the tornadoes that they will be covered on their metrics. Honestly, I didn't really start off with that. They did start off with that in the shipping section. That's kind of what eBay has always done. Even Amazon, they've always made sure that if you are in an area that is affected by shipping issues, that you're not impacted because of, you know, Mother Nature. So they wanted to bring that up to make sure that people knew about that. Also, to talk about the marketing, to go back really quick, I forgot to talk about this. I wrote it down. They are partnering with Lala Anthony as a way to help market eBay. I don't know what her involvement is. They didn't really get into all of that, but they did talk about they are partnering with Lala Anthony to help with marketing. So I take it they're probably going to use her influence on Instagram and whatnot to talk about eBay and getting stuff on eBay. I definitely got the feeling that I don't want to say the feeling. They made the impression, and also to a point made the comments that they want eBay to be the first place when a person figures out what they want to buy. Also, if they don't know what they want to buy, they want it to be the first website that you choose when you're looking for something. We all know, you know, Amazon, eBay, Amazon, up here, eBay, you know, because of the way Amazon has really taken care of the logistics. That's part, you know, you pay for it. It ain't cheap. I know, I pay for Prime every month. But that's what they're working towards. They want it to be where, you know, even if it's something that's not as common, they want to be known for more things than things that are not as common. That's one thing, definitely, for sure. So that was that. Just real quick, they talked about, and then we'll get to Dan. They gave some predictions on the categories that they can tell that are growing. So why am I telling you this? The reason why this is important is because this lets you know if these categories are getting bigger, then people are buying from these categories. Resell apparel, which we all know what that is. You buy an outfit somewhere and you resell it online, or you get liquidation, whatever. They expect that category to double next year. They also said, so for those of you who are techie and handy, seller refurbished is growing. A lot of it partly has to do with the economy. You know, people may not want to pay full price for things anymore. If the item is in good working condition, they'll be happy to pay a less price for something that is refurbished. So the seller refurbished category is definitely growing, and they do see it growing more in 2022. So that tells me if I happen to be handy, this might be the time to get those things out. So you might say, well, what could be refurbished? You can have refurbished TVs. You can have refurbished cell phones. I think, in my opinion, the cell phones is the way to go because they're so small. So when you're dealing with shipping, you want things to be small because it's cheaper to ship at that point. So that is pretty much everything that I gathered. There were some more things that happened. They did have like a nice little networking function. I did not participate in it because I didn't really have the time. So in a way, it was more of not just really a networking, but they called it networking. It looked more as like different classes of interests. So they had one class that showed like how to get resources, how to, I'm sorry, not resources, how to do sourcing. They had another one on how to use the internet and on social media to help those type of things. So they're turning the seller check-ins into, it felt more like it was, I don't want to say like a convention or a seminar, but it was giving me that feeling like more of like an eBay open. But what I like about it, what I do like about eBay, they stay on time. They don't take a lot of your time. They talk about what needs to be talked about and they move on to the next subject. I love that about them. So, all right. So, next thing we're going to do, I am going to add a guest, and I'll show his name on here eventually when I get everything up here so you can see who the guest is. So can you hear me?
I can hear you.
Okay. So since you made the comment, we're putting you on the show. What's this about slapping a label and shipping a tire?
Having purchased tires in the past, it's just like buying a tire at the show store. It comes with the sticker on the side of it with all the manufacturer's information, all that stuff. And it's the same thing with sending it through the mail. In all reality, you can just slap a sticker on anything and they'll send it with no box or anything like that. I have gotten tires in the past where they will take an actual shipping band and wrap it around the four corners going around the tire to keep all four tires together, put a sticker on the side of one tire, and it ships.
Okay. Now that you say that, I know I've purchased tires. You know, I'm not the one that takes care of the vehicles in the house, but
You just walk past them at Walmart and say, hey, there's tires up there, and see all the stickers on the treads
yeah,
of the tires.
now that you say that, you know, I do see the, I have seen the stickers. I just never realized they were, you know, kind of shipped that way or whatever. But so how much does a tire weigh?
Well, lots of variables on that, between being a smaller car tire all the way up to a larger truck tire.
Okay, so like ballpark, if I'm getting a size 15.
Well, you're going to probably be anywhere between 50 and 75 pounds per tire, depending upon size.
Okay.
Like a
So
regular car tire, you might be looking at about 25 pounds a tire, and it'll probably come UPS or FedEx,
yeah,
whichever, just
okay.
because they can do the larger for cheaper than what the post office can.
Yeah, I don't see our post lady taking a tire and bring them up our steps.
I don't know. Our post lady has told me in the past that on some of the larger packages, she will bring in a pickup truck from time to time to move things around.
Here, look down. Much better. You look crazy like that.
Yeah, because remember when I ordered that giant water tank?
Yes.
And I asked her about that. She said that, yes, they will get she'll bring in a pickup truck for large items.
Okay. Well, yeah, that's our mail lady. I don't think that's everybody's mail lady, though. So. Right. All right. Well, that makes sense. Since you made that comment, I got to put you on here. So since you made the comment.
Tires are extremely durable in shipping. You're not going to hurt a tire bouncing it around, throwing it around.
Yeah, I guess not. Well, I guess if I am a person that is ordering from, since I have you on here, you buy parts online. I don't do such a thing, like for vehicles. Do you expect to pay shipping for car parts?
Well, I'll always figure out whichever is cheaper, to whether it's pay for shipping or it's free shipping. No matter how you look at it, you're paying for the shipping, whether you see it labeled as shipping or it's in the price of the item.
Mm-hmm. Okay. So if a person was approaching selling in that category, would you suggest they do free shipping or just do like a flat shipping?
I always do the flat shipping. It just makes it easier to have the shipping profile set up on your account, either free shipping or flat rate shipping, depending upon the item.
Okay.
So far as parts, typically on all my smaller parts, I'm doing the flat rate shipping because it's pretty much going to be first class no matter what for the smaller items. But when it gets to the larger items, a lot of times I'll just put free shipping, even though sometimes I'm going to get killed sending it to a territory or something ridiculous.
Yeah, that always happens. You know, you do the free shipping and then it's going to Guam.
Wow, there's more territories than that.
Or it goes to Hawaii or Alaska. That's the one where
Puerto Rico, and I know there's like 3 other territories as well that I've shipped to.
Yeah, well, when I try to figure out, well, I mean, I know now on most of my stuff because I've streamlined what I sell on my accounts. But when I have an item and I'm just not too sure about the shipping costs, I always use Alaska as my prediction of how much will this cost me. And I kind of use that as to help me with my price point, to help me decide if I am, going to, well, I normally do free shipping anyway. For me, that's simpler because I deal with all smaller stuff. So, but, well, thank you for sharing. You got a comment of, wow, good to know, creative ways of shipping large items. Thanks for sharing. Thank you for watching and for commenting. I really appreciate it. I think last year we did a show at the end of the year where we talked about stuff. So I'm not going to take up too much of your time, but what do you think for next year? As far as sourcing, where's going to be the best places to get inventory for what we do? Or I should say for what you do, because you and I do 2 different things.
Well, right now, from everything I'm seeing is everybody has issues getting new products in. But there's tons upon metric tons of returns out there.
Okay. I see what you mean. I see exactly what you mean.
Plenty of Amazon returns always coming through by the truckloads. And then that's not including any other stores out there, Target, Walmart, CVS, Walgreens, dollar stores, everything's out there.
So when it comes to liquidations, you're not, well, you're thinking more of return items. You're not seeing a lot of new.
Right. The places I'm going, I'm picking up by the pallets.
Yeah.
And yes, they do have new overstock items there, but for the most part, I'm going after the returns just because of my skill set versus a lot of newer resellers that can't handle pulling all the extra nickels and dimes out of a giant box full of broken stuff.
Oh, we got another message. Tradina put, I'm going into the vintage sector. I just learned that some antiques and vintage items can be sold on Amazon. Oh, definitely. Also, just as another place to kind of, help you out, Depop, DEPOP is a nice place. It's a different type of marketplace that I still don't know the right word to use for it. I don't like saying it's alternative or rustic, but it's a nice alternative as I would say from Amazon, because Amazon, you're going to pay those fees. You're always going to pay fees with Amazon. Amazon always wins. But if it's a section that you like, especially going into vintage, that's not my forte. I use a lot of different books that I have found to kind of help me with older items. So I kind of know something when I see it. I'm still not 100% there on that particular category. But if you find that you really like that category and that's starting to work for you, that's really great. I applaud you on that. There's nothing wrong with, finding a lane and staying in that lane if that is more helpful for you and you like the returns with it. So congratulations. I'm proud of you. You're going into the vintage sector. That's actually something I don't really do much. I think I think for me though, it's because I have 20,000 different things happening. And I feel like sometimes at vintage, you have to be concentrated on your vintage so that you can make sure that you are getting all the information that you can about your item, as well as knowing when you see something. So you have to be in tune with so many different things that either have to do with culture or the years in which the item was made, so that you understand when it was constructed, how it was constructed, making sure it's not a fake or a replica, those type of things. That's a lot. And honestly, I don't know if I don't want to say I don't have the skill set. I just have so many other things happening that is a particular category that I don't run in often. But kudos to you. That's really good. I'm happy for you for that. So I'm not going to take up too much of your time because the show actually it's only going about 38 minutes or so at this point, 39. What do you see for next year as your main focus, probably, when it comes to the reselling?
Well, I'm still focused on all the customer returns, just because that's my wheelhouse, is being able to go through a whole pallet, and doesn't really matter what the item is. If it's broke, determining whether it's fixable or not. And, I'll tinker with everything.
Okay. All right.
But one thing I wanted to bring up with the whole vintage category is worth point. That would be such an invaluable tool going into vintage. I don't know if you've seen worth
I
point
have
or not.
seen that. I have. That's one of the places I've been to, like, to kind of help me when I look at something. But there's a book that you might be near that I use a lot that helps me when I look at certain items to kind of get a feel for what the worth may be. The only problem is the worth changes year by year. So that book is kind of old, but I like using it as a guide. So it's actually a book that I don't even know. It came from something. I didn't go out and buy the book. It just happened to be in a load. I don't know if it was those. Remember when that one store was closing? I bought all their books. I don't know if that book was in that load. It could have been, because I can't tell you how many books we got.
Are you talking about the glasswares book?
Yes, that one.
Yeah.
So
that was from there.
Was it from there? Okay. I like that book. I have actually used it a few times. I really like it. That's been very helpful for me. Oh, you're welcome. We got a thanks for the tips about Depop and Worth Point. Okay. Great. I'm glad that this is helpful. That's why I do this show, because I think I talked about this like when I first started to do the podcast, but I went to YouTube because I wanted to be able to just help people that really wanted the help. I wasn't trying to be paid for it or anything like that. I, before this time, was doing coaching to help other people get their reselling businesses started. And I just kind of found some people were, how can I put it? I was more invested in their success than they were. So I decided I still wanted to teach and help, but I wanted to make sure that the people that were getting the information actually cared about the information, actually were doing the things that I suggested. And that makes my heart warm, because I'm like, wow, it is helping, and I'm glad to hear that. So I appreciate that so much. So there, someone, I don't know if this is Vark Tech. Have you heard of that?
No, not off the top of my head.
Okay. I don't know if, I'm not sure. I have to check that out. Vark Tech. Let's see what that is. I don't know if that is something for vintage. Sure. All right. Well, we'll check it out. Oh, we're gonna let them go. I think that is the new spam. We're getting spammed. Yay! That actually means we're doing something to get spammed. Okay, cool. We put them in a little timeout for a couple minutes so they can go to somebody else's video. So, but I think that's going to probably do it for tonight's show. I'll be coming back in February. If something good happens, maybe I'll come back, make a small video on YouTube. If I do something like that, I will put it out on all the podcast platforms so that you guys can hear about any updates. I doubt something will happen because most platforms are smart and they don't make changes around this time, because this is the worst time of year to do things like that. So I just wanted to let everybody know I so appreciate everyone listening. I appreciate the engagement. I just want to say thank you, thank you, thank you. If you ever want to reach out to me, whether it is in reference to advertisement or asking questions or wanting to be on the show, you can reach out to me at info at ResellQueen.com, which is ResellQueen.com. Oh, I will see you in February. Thank you. Reach out there. I try to respond. If it's not me, someone else will respond, but we will get to you. Follow me on all the social medias. I am going to probably take a compilation of some of the shows and put maybe 1 or 2 podcasts together, just of highlights of things things just to help you with your online selling journey. So we'll be putting stuff out like that during the time period that I'm gone. So, give you a little bit of refresher or something that maybe you didn't know about. So this has been Tiffy T the ResellQueen and her husband. Thanks, guys. Bye.
Bye.